Today I want to speak about one of the most important death metal bands, or maybe let's say proto death metal bands of the universe, and I'm speaking about Possessed from United States, especially from San Francisco, and especially even more from Bay Area. Yes, Possessed in their beginning, of course, they were something between extreme thrash metal, and they were one of the pioneers of the death metal scene, together with other bands like Mandas, afterwards Death, of Chuck, and together, let's say, with Master before they called themselves Death Strike, or together with Celtic Frost, or Hellhammer before. These bands, they were in the beginning of the death metal scene. In these days, you could understand which is exactly thrash metal, which is exactly death metal. Death metal came out from the depths of thrash metal, of extreme thrash metal. In any case, Possessed, they are one of the important bands of extreme metal, even if you call it death metal, if you call it extreme thrash metal, and if you call it proto black metal, in some cases maybe some proto black elements, they're also there. So they started in 1983, and the band continued until 1987 for first time. Second time, Torano, the guitarist, the guitarist of the band, made the band for a second time, renewed the band from 90 until 93. And the third time that we have a reunion of this band is from 2007. Jeff Becerra made this reunion and continues until now. The band started from Bay Area, I said, together with other metal, thrash metal bands like Metallica, like Exodus, Testament, and Death Angel. They were from this style of bands in the beginning. In the first period of the band, they were there Mike Torao as the guitarist, Mike Seuss, if I prefer his name well, as the drummer. Also, their first singer, Barry Fisk, he committed suicide some years afterwards. And also the ex-bassist of Exodus, Jeff Andrews. So when Fisk, the vocalist, the singer, commits suicide, Jeff Andrews left the band, and so Mike Torau and Mike Seuss, they wanted to take other members, and Jeff Becerra, the bassist and vocalist, came to the band from another band that he has before by the name Blizzard. In this band, Blizzard, also the guitarist was Larry Lalonde, if I prefer well the name. So Larry Lalonde also came to the band, and as like this, we have the original lineup of the band with Mike Torau in the guitars, Larry Lalonde also in the guitars, Mike Seuss the drummer, and Jeff Becerra the bassist and vocalist. They made a demo by the name Death Metal in 1984, I think. Yes, the demo. And the first debut album came out, Seven Churches, came out in 1985. Yes, they made another also full-length album in these years, Beyond the Gates, their second full-length album of 1986, and in 1987 they made a small EP with 5 songs by the name The Eyes of Horror. Afterwards, they disbanded for the first time. So they have only Until now, they have only 3 full-length albums. When they came back in 2007, Jeff Becerra made the band from the beginning, so he came together with other members, and in 2019 they made their third full-length album, the comeback album after 33 years, Revelations of Oblivion. So, this is the story of the band, less or more. We can say also that in 1989, Jeff Becerra, he was shot in his back, if I'm not sure, by 2 assailants, and for this reason, he is in a wheelchair until now, and he continues the band, and he's the bassist and the singer, and first of all, we have to say that he's a hero only for this reason. So, another also thing, Larry Lalonde, afterwards, he was in the band Blind Illusion, a very special thrash metal band with funk elements, together with Les Claypool, and together with Les Claypool afterwards, Larry Lalonde, they made Primus, the band, this very special rock band Primus. So, here I have to make a worst to best about their 3 full-length albums of them, and also we expect another full-length album, their 4th full-length album, inside 2024. Let's see. And also I will put here the first EP by the name The Eyes of Horror. So let's see. In the 4th place for me will come this EP, The Eyes of Horror. This is a not bad EP with 5 songs. The problem is that it's a little bit more thrashy that we know them. Because Possessed, they're not exactly thrash. As I said before, they were one of the pioneers and the beginners of death metal with their style. Okay, this is not exactly death metal as we know it, like Morbid Angel, like Death, afterwards, of course, Obituary, and etc. and etc. Of course, this is not exactly this way, but they were the beginners. Maybe together with Chuck of Madness and Death, they were the beginners of the death metal scene. So, in the 4th place, I will put The Eyes of Horror. Maybe the best song there is the song My Belief. It's a little bit also groove thrash metal in this EP. I have this EP together with their 2nd full-length album of them, with Beyond the Gates. It's not a bad album, not bad EP, but it's not exactly the way that we expected from Possessed. Now, in the 3rd place, if you understand me, I will put this 2nd full-length album, Beyond the Gates. Beyond the Gates also is a very good album, a very good thrash album. In this album, they became even more thrash than death metal. Here we have also very good songs. For example, The Heretic is a very good song. Tribulation, also Tribulation. This song, I don't know if the band Tribulation from Sweden, they took the name from this song. Also, Tribulation, they started in their first 2 albums of them as a death metal band. But we have also good songs like March to Die, No Will to Life, Beyond the Gates, of course, Restless Dead. This is a very, very, very good also album, but I know that in the years that came out, many people, they were very disappointed about this album, also about the production of this album, and also because maybe it is not so raw and is not so death like their first debut album. Now, in the 2nd place for me will come their 3rd full-length album, the comeback album after 33 years, Revelations of Oblivion. This is a very, very, very good album. They came back in their roots exactly. Very, very good album. This is the Possessed of Jeff Becerra only, and the other guys, the new guys that he brought inside the band. And now here I can say that the song Demon is very good. Abandoned also. Omen, very, very Shadow Cult, a very, very good also album. The artwork here is the same artist that made the Meliora of Ghost, of the band Ghost. And of course, in the first place, the debut album of them, Seven Churches. Seven Churches with this minimalistic artwork, but this is one of the greatest extreme metal albums of all the ages. Call it thrash metal, call it death metal or proto death metal. Some people will also say proto black. We don't care. I don't care. This is one of the best extreme metal albums. Really, really, really. Here, of course, they started with the melody of the Exorcist, but afterwards we have also the song Exorcist, Pentagram, Evil Warriors, Seven Churches, Satan's Curse, Twisted Minds, Fallen Angel, and also the song Death Metal. They have a song Death Metal. I think that also Vulcano from Brazil, they had in their first album of them another song by the name Death Metal. But this is great, 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 great. In the first place, Possessed from United States. So, from Israel, from Jerusalem, stay metal and stay heavy.